was in that van, leaving the notes at both the drop-off points. Actually, that van always bothered me. Always bothered me. We did our preliminary investigation and just referred it right back to the FBI, but the van was never mentioned again.
Initially, when the call came in, it was a state police case because we had had a crime committed within our jurisdiction. And being a bank, federal investigators would eventually be brought in.
Of course, there's always a brief jurisdictional dispute, and so ATF and the FBI and the state police, everybody got together and kind of had a huddle, and they're like, well, whose case is this? And ATF says, well, we have jurisdiction because it's an explosive device.
Tell you what, man,
The state police said,
fucking
well,
hell.
this is on our turf, and the FBI said, no, this is a bank robbery case, which the FBI handles. And so they went back and forth a bit, and it turned out that the FBI was going to take point,
Madness.
assisted by the state police and the ATF.
He had a bomb around his fucking neck and a debtor went off.
I was the
And
lead investigator as a special
like
agent
I
for the
said,
FBI.
I've seen a lot of madness on the internet. I've seen a lot of fucking
United States Attorney's Office,
creative people,
and we executed a search warrant at
very
Wallace's
creative people
residence.
that can
We made entry into
put
Mr. Wallace's
certain
residence
things
using an
together.
explosive breach.
You know, very dangerous fucking things. But like I said, this particular bomb, I'd never seen anything like it before in my life. And I've watched loads of shit about devices, about IEDs, like for it. I've watched, like I said, wars, my favourite topic probably, and stuff like that, but like I said, and I know all about traps, like from Vietnam, from like Vietnam years ago, man.
I think by the time we
The
started
traps they used to
transporting
make,
that
fucking hell,
warrant
they were
office,
horrendous.
we started discussing the
But here, look at that, right? Look at that's what was on his neck.
The primary piece of evidence at the
It's a
time.
handcuff.
And of
Look
course,
at it. Imagine this being put in your neck, right? What chance have you got to get this off you?
Said in
What's
the
this?
note that the caller was booby trapped, but my concern was safety. That's when
Me and I show you something right now. You imagine this being strapped to your neck, right? Now, I've never seen a device like this ever.
transporting him back to the
And I've watched a lot of shit about the FBI, the ATF. Look at it. It's a giant handcuff. So this device comes here, just like a handcuff, and it locks into place around your neck. And there's a big bolt there, you're not getting it
That
off,
was
do you
the primary
understand?
piece of evidence at the time.
Now imagine there's a bomb. Imagine
The
there's
other
a bomb
agencies
attached to
didn't
it.
want that disrupted very much.
You know.
It said in the note that the caller was
Imagine.
booby trapped, but my concern was safety. That's when the decision was made to do essentially a surgical decapitation of the body.
So this geezer, an evil genius, someone put a bomb around his neck, and you know what he had to do? He had to cut his head off
Probably still is.
to get the device off his head. It was like a joint handcuff. You know, it's sad. Look, I'm at here. I get into trouble. I got into trouble a minute ago.
Carrying away.
But this device, it's like something you'd see in Saw. You know, good morning, beautiful. How are you doing?
It was described by neighbors as very friendly, very nice, almost childlike.
Good morning.
My name is
Beautiful.
Linda Payne, and Brian lived in this little house back here.
Yeah, man, I swear down, I probably had about fucking 2 hours
He did
sleep.
have 3 cats that he kept inside all the time. Once in a while, he'd carry one out. Seemed like he was pretty even-tempered. If he did get excited, he danced a little bit. It was just the way he was, you know. Sometimes he would take his mother to the movies, and if there was a free
Shut up.
concert, sometimes he'd take his mother
Look,
and
this
his mother's
guy,
friend.
whoever it was, knew he was
liked
vulnerable.
scavenger hunts, and so he liked
Knew
that he
that
had
he'd be able to touch him anytime and
They
put a
put
mark
photos
on
in the
him.
paper every day,
And
there would be some landmark
lure
place
him
around
to a
the town
location.
that the key would be.
And then when he comes to the location, he thought he was dropping pizza off the poor fucker. You know what I mean? And He was lured to down this
Made
road
a
at
decision that he
a
likes
power
to-
station. He was overpowered.
The description of Mr. Wells in the
He was
bank
overpowered. He was only a small man. You know, like, yeah, you wouldn't even need two people to manhandle this fella. He looks, well, saying that though, my brother's not even 8 stone and he's a fucking savage, so, that doesn't mean nothing, but like I said, they overpowered this man and put a joint bomb on his neck, a joint handcuff on his neck, around his neck. It's called Evil Genius. I have 5 documentaries I can tell you to watch, but see this is like...
was very calm, actually stood
Like-
in line for a second before he decided to go around.
And you know
one of the
what?
Customers in the bank.
Like I said, in order for them to
Actually
get the
reached into
handcuff
the
off,
basket
they had
pull
to
out a
decapitate him.
Why
You
would you
know,
feel
and
comfortable
all he
enough to
was
take
a
lollipop?
fucking pizza
And why
delivery
would
guy, you
as the
know.
witness describe
And he
walking out
was
of the bank
lured.
like
Look at the
Joe
fucking
Jackson?
thing. I don't want to keep that because I'll get into trouble. Right, look at it. It says something on the shirt, and underneath there,
Knew they had a lot
hang on,
of
bollocks.
around their neck. Be so calm.
Like,
I didn't think that he was involved at all. I thought
he had a big fucking handcuff on his neck, right? You know what I mean? What's a man meant to do? You know, like you get overpowered by 2 or 3 people that are well stronger than you. And listen, I've been grabbed a couple of times in my life and shook by grown ass men.
And we later determined that
And
came from
I've
the shell
had a
station,
few,
not far from
I've
the
got my
delivery
ass
site.
whooped a few times.
Mr. Tony DeTone,
Overpowered.
owner of the pizza shop, initially took
You
the
know.
call, and he was talking
You know, but
to
most,
that person,
like a couple of the
and he
people that
was having trouble
overpowered me,
understanding, so he handed the phone
uh,
to Brian Wells, and Brian Wells actually wrote his own
they
directions.
weren't,
to
if
the
they were
house
as
where
good
the
at
pizzas were gonna be
talking
delivered.
with their mouth as they were fighting with their hands.
Well, this dirt
You
road
couldn't
has been
put
the
a
fateful
fucking
spot
weapon
where
down
Brian
there
Wells
because
met
they'll
the
fucking
person or
fly you,
persons
mate. I
who
don't
would end
care
his
how
life.
big you are.
This secluded site is the last delivery spot for
There's
Wells.
always bigger
Now
than
the
you.
question is, was the man forced to rob the bank by someone else?
Like, if you've not watched Evil Genius, guys, watch it because it's fucking unreal.
We
Like,
found
it's
and recovered
psychological
through the
warfare.
Pennsylvania State Police, who did a fantastic job in evidence recovery. Tire impressions that indicated that Brian Wells' vehicle was at this site. We also had shoe impressions. Mr. Wells' shoe, his sneaker, that indicated that he was at this site. All right, and we had a scuff mark right in
They lured him out
in this area
to
right
this
here
area,
that
right?
indicated that
Where
there was
there's,
some sort of
it's
struggle
like it's,
that had ensued.
there's a big fucking mast that goes up there. It's like a little power station, but he was...
A case of this size, you would think
His
that
company
some
got a
of the
call
pieces
for a
of cover
fucking
would have
20-inch
some
pizza,
evidence
whatever,
that could
with
be
fucking
used
chips
forensically.
and fucking onion rings
We
and
took
2
every
cans of
step
Coke.
we could
Yeah.
to develop
And he brought them out into the fucking... If you go down to the woods today, you're in for a big
forensic
surprise.
evidence that we can use
Yeah.
to compare.
You
And
know what I
we
mean?
just
You're
didn't
gonna
have
have
much
a...
luck with that in
Yeah.
this case.
If you go down to the woods today, you'll get a bump around your neck. And if you do not deliver your pizza at the end of the month, you won't get a check.
Good morning. My
Morning.
name is Jean Hyde. I'm one of Brian Wells' 3 sisters.
Whoops. I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. But
I first heard about
the
suffering
poor
and
fella
death of
didn't
my
do
brother Brian
anything.
on the news.
You know, he was overpowered and he
Brian
put...
was handcuffed.
Yeah, look at him. Handcuffed behind and he begged him.
Even though
You know what I mean?
cooperating in their custody.
And then he blew like a fucking pigeon.
And Myers Knox
Boom.
was present to try
You know, look at him.
when he lay dying upon the ground, grasping for life.
Look at the size of that. That was put around his neck, man.
Brian's head.
Joint handcuff. Click.
To preserve the
click.
atomic bomb. This beheading of Brian
No, that's what you
took
call it.
from us the closure we sought by being
Stevie,
able to view Brian at
it's a
his
scary
funeral.
looking fucking device, that, isn't it, bro?
Tears streamed down Mom's
You know,
face as
I've
she learned the
watched
news
over
that
the
Brian's
years
body
and
was not fit
I
for the
learned
casket
about
funeral.
the English torture
The
book
removed head could not be supported in
that he had
position.
for Republicans,
More respect was shown for the destructive device than
patriots.
for Brian's body.
He had a
As a
real book,
kind-hearted listener, Brian touched our lives in so many
the
beautiful
torture
ways
book.
by his humble and quiet presence and his devoted, selfless care and
And
service
the
for our
methods
family.
that they were willing to go to break men's spirits.
We believe that what happened to Brian was monstrous.
Torture.
The absence of clarity and truth in the investigation has been
It's a
horrendous
slow
ordeal for our
process.
entire family.
And it's not nice when you're on the receiving end. It's all I can say. It's not very comfortable. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Of kind of bizarre events. We've had a number
Yeah.
of things happen over the years, but there is nothing that captured the
Like I've had a few
imagination of
close
the public
calls.
that raised so many questions. That
Fucking
was
hell.
just so sincerely bizarre as this case. It's a bank robbery, but it's a scavenger hunt. The guy has a cane gun, and it was actually loaded.
Like I said, a device like that,
And to guess,
you know what I mean, you have to be a good mechanic to put that together. You understand? You have to be a very good mechanic to fucking come up with something like that. A device like that, the housing unit that it's in.
Alert. Breaking tonight in a so-called pizza bomber mystery.
There is a new twist in a bizarre bank robbery story in Erie, Pennsylvania. The captured bank robber had a bomb on him. Now he's dead. And so is a co-worker
Yeah.
who also died under mysterious circumstances.
Yeah, wouldn't you be dead if you had a bomb around your neck, you
On Sunday,
dick?
August 31st, when a co-worker and friend of Wells, Robert Thomas Panetti, was discovered unresponsive by family members at his residence.
As the story developed and they learned who it was and his relationship with the pizza business and Mr. Wells. So when they got that, they immediately pulled back and again, a perimeter was set up.
Serious stuff.
There was no signs
Like-
of any pathologic condition he had, like a stroke or a heart attack.
No, but I've seen it, so it's like, but if you've not watched it, watch it. Because it's one of the best things I've ever watched. Yeah, it's definitely one of the best things I've watched.
Sleep out. On the street.
What's home?
It's nice for you. How's the neck holding up?
I think which am I gonna watch? It's Storm Seeing It, Black Holes together, you know. I'm trying to say I'm gonna watch something that I've not seen. What's that? An accident at a remote training camp leaves a group of survivors bitterly divided and caught in a brutal fight for their lives.
Get your things, come on, hurry up. Let's go. Put on your boots. Get your bag, your coat, let's go. Come on, hurry up, sweetie, let's go. I know you were asleep, but we need to hurry. Get your arm in your sleeve. Greg, do you have your water bottle? Do you have your extra socks?
Uh-huh.
Your survival kit?
Yes, Dad, I have it all.
Where's Raphael? Let's go. Let's go, sweetheart. Hurry up.
Come on, hurry.
Is that everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, lights out. From now on, not a cell. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 17 minutes, 53 seconds to get off the island. That's pretty good.
That's 2 minutes better than before.
It's great timing. Well done. But I have to warn you, Daphne, next time there won't be a second chance. If you forget your turtle, leave it behind, understand?
But otherwise, you did perfect. Good job.
Well done, sweetie. Wanna go back home? Grocery shops in cities like Montreal are stocked for 3 days. That means after 3 days, if the delivery trucks don't come by, there won't be anything left. Everyone will starve and there'll be chaos and fighting. That's why I'm doing this tutorial on my lar. We'll learn how to preserve our food, because that will make a difference. The peace that we're accustomed to these days is hanging by a thread. If war is the government collapses, or if there's an H1N1 outbreak or a natural disaster. This is the restaurant. I have 20 kilos of rice here, so the next thing we need to do is remove as much air as possible. You can use oxygen absorbents or foot warmers, those work too. And besides, if you don't use them for that, you can put them in your boots. They're going to keep your feet warm when it's cold. Put it all in the bag. When it starts, this is when you need to hurry. See it? With an arm, watch out for your fingers.
Right, let me make a cup of tea, but I also need to sweep the floor.
All the way.
All the way up.
Properly?
Nothing, please.
Yeah.
We'll be able to eat this rice in 20 years. Or even before that. In case there's an epidemic or in case...
In case it's a crashed economy, or if the planet gets even warmer, there will be lots of hungry people, but not us.
Excellent, buddy. Other hand. So, subscribe to my channel. If you have questions, I'll answer them. If you have comments, I'll read them. And don't forget, in order to live, you have to survive.
Hi, Antoine. It's Alain. I have Annette. I really liked your presentation letter and, well, it moved me. Listen, I know this is really short notice, but one of our participants canceled, so if you feel like it, I've got a spot for you. It's yours if you want it. Call me back or send me an email. It would be great if it worked out. So, let me know. Bye.
Office informs us that the number of climate refugees will reach a staggering peak by 2050. The international organization announced that such a crisis is not only on our doorstep, but could reach endemic proportions. In actual numbers, it is believed that at least 250 million climate refugees will be looking for a new home in 2050. The most vulnerable among them will be farmers and people who already live in precarious situations.
Okay. Fucking stop.
Strange to finally meet you.
Right here. Fucking tobacco bits everywhere. Wow, that's bad.
I take your cell. Hold on. Here, put this on. For protection. All right. So don't be right, so hang on tight. It's a bit of a trek. You all right? All good. It's easy on the website, but you'll see, in real life it's a different story. I have about 500 acres of land. It's fucking huge. It keeps the world out. You can take them off now. We're here. I just have to get a few things, then I'll show you where to put your gear. All right.
Alan, what do you want this?
On the counter, I'll take care of it later, okay?
Sure.
Hey,
Hi,
I'm Anna.
I'm Antoine.
My pleasure.
And maybe it is.
Antoine, this is gonna be fun, man.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to look at those. Hey, I'm watching a movie.
Grab any one of those beds over there. There's two in the back. Hey, François, Antoine, is that it? No, there's one more. Settle in, get comfortable, make yourself at home. Oh, and these are the rules. Appreciate it if you read them. Please, and curfew, 10:30.
Hi, Rachel.
You can take that one, but you should know I snore. Okay.
I hope you brought earplugs.
Okay. So,
David. Show Sebastian where I can put all his gear, okay? Hi, David. Sebastian. Hey, I'm Antoine. Hey, Sebastian. Do you smoke, Sebastian?
Yeah, sometimes when I
come
read.
on.
You can't smoke in a tent or in the house. Generally, I don't like it much.
Nothing can stop me. All the way up. sales in the car.
Come on over.
Stuff along the way. It was nice.
I want to explain what a temporary autonomous survival zone is, or a pizzzz. This here is my project, my baby. I've been working on it for 10 years. You might see other bases, but like this, no way.
I need to put some gas in it.
Okay, over here, I have 6 solar panels that give us 2600 watts. I have a shitload of propane, oil, and fuel. Firewood? All right, because green wood won't give you any heat. And a 1500-liter generator.
Where's it located?
Behind the house. With that, I can run a fridge, a freezer, and have electricity. Plus, the surplus energy is stored in batteries at night. There is a chicken coop. Over there, a greenhouse. Both are heated. So don't worry, we're going to eat real well. My poultry is amazing. Not like that shitty chicken you buy at the grocery store. Down over here, I have very productive apple trees.
Oh, well, you must have a lot of deer.
Watching
We've
this,
got
then
tons of
I
meat
wish.
here. And in that direction, I have maple trees. Every spring, I can make maple syrup. Yes, for now, I do it manually, but I plan to have a real operation because when the shit hits the fan, that sort of thing will be perfect for trading. Because everybody likes a little sweetness. You can use it for everything. Coffee, cereal. It's comforting. These are what I call the evacuation trails in case I'm attacked. In the summer, I rig them so there's no noisy twigs or leaves. And in the winter, I keep them completely clear so that your attackers can't hear you moving around. Okay.
That's because he has the high ground.
I'm at force. This one is the first. There are 15 more. You need to know which way to go or you'll hit a dead end. It's kind of like a code. At the very end, there's a container stuffed with supplies. So, if I'm attacked, I'll be able to defend myself and reclaim the land. Get the idea?
Might be like a bug out in a way.
It's not like a bug out. It is a bug out.
The decline it's called, so I'm gonna give it a
Never
word.
thought of making it mobile? Since a moving target is
Yeah,
hard to
well,
hit.
my bug out is designed for retaking
The
my land,
decline,
not for running like
hey,
a coward.
Can we check it out?
Look, trust me, Sebas. Huh? Don't go there. It's full of unpleasant surprises. To be clear, those
Well, then
bats
make
aren't
myself
made
a
for
cup of
morning
tea.
stroll. Okay.
Yeah, I've not had much sleep last night. And I got blocked for showing something. I'm watching a thing called The Decline. I'm fucking swamp up.
So, who's here for the first time?
Me? Newbie over here?
It's my first time here, but I've done this before.
2 weeks of hunting every year. Doesn't count for anything. It doesn't hurt. You know, Antoine, is this your first training?
Yeah, it's my first actual training, but I've been following Ali's video online.
Well, that's good.
Want to be prepared. You watch TV and you know it's gonna happen.
When we hear about
Yeah,
climate
he
change,
fell
we see all
asleep.
glaciers melting and the water rising, it's very
Yeah.
scary.
Bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, he fell asleep,
The
didn't
blues. It'll be
Yeah.
a social crisis.
he? I think he was a bit,
It'll happen a lot
I
sooner
know.
than we know. Weather's got
I
nothing
think
to
he
do
was a bit apprehensive, but like I said,
Exactly.
because you had like the
Solve
job
strength.
interview, this, that, the other,
Make a
but
speaker to control us. Like that gun
yeah,
crap.
that
Shit,
place,
Don't even get me started.
The law doesn't prevent
I
anyone from
highly
going out and killing
recommend it,
people.
so
Plus, I'm not a mental case.
we'll try a dish or two
Oh,
out there,
curfew.
because the barbecue ribs, like I said,
Night.
I agree with you, they were a little bit kind of salty in them ones, but them ones, it's like the meat just falls off the bone, and I like a bit. I think they're about £8 a portion, but they're worth it, you know what I mean, because they're fucking beautiful now. I'm a rib fan, you know, and Mark went back to the hotel last night, so it's like, yeah, and cause Alex showed me the parcel, it's like, I said to him last night, it's like, bro, you hungry? And he's like a little bit. So it's like, if for instance, if I ask I'll say, Al, do you want a brew? And you go, and then I'll go, right, I'll make you one. Otherwise you just say straight no. But I know he likes barbecue ribs, and the other night, last week, when we got that food, you left some out for Mark. I took a couple of spoonfuls of mine, banged her in the microwave, woke up the next morning, the fucking savage at it. So, last night, I said to Al, right, look, you know what I mean? Well, I said, you're hungry, he's like, a little bit. I was like, do you reckon you'd eat a portion of barbecue ribs to yourself? And he's like, yeah, I'll have a go. So I said, right, so I'll get 2 portions of barbecue ribs, 2 sausages, and 2 cans of Coke.
And they're not hard to make. I made them
Yeah. So it's like 19 quid. But it was worth it. It was worth it, you know. And here, it's like the bag of prawn crackers they give you is like twice the size of the other one that I used to use. But like, my face is fucking weird.
It's a great opportunity for me, and it's a real
Yeah,
pleasure
and
to be yours too.
I don't, it's a weird
Thanks,
sensation.
Captain.
No. I'm the one who has to thank you.
Yeah.
My friends, it's you. And Irish citizens like you are rare. So, if I can pass on a little bit of my
Yeah,
experience,
the bags of prawn crackers,
you all use it and pass it on.
honestly, they're like 2 of Mars, you know, because I was fucking ringing for ages, right?
Not everyone has your
No, I didn't, my love.
people, I'm telling you right now. Some of them will try to
Oh, it's just gone out of my head what I was about to say to you.
You're damn right. It's like we have to protect each other. And take care of each other.
Yeah, that fucking place that we used to get the food out of Mars, it's like, the ribs, it's not the ribs, it's the barbecue sauce that they're in, it's very like, sweet and salt at the same time, but these ones, like I said, it's like fucking hell, like, the bag of prawn crackers they give us was about that size, huge. So I just opened the lid of it and I was just, you know what I mean, oh fucking hell, even the barbecue sauce and the prawn crackers were lovely, but the first bite I had, man, I was like, me chick is gonna love this, you know. Only 2 more days, honey. 15 days. Countdown. Yeah. You'll be hitting the milestones soon, I won't say too much. Yes, God bless you. You know, we were sick. Well, hang on, let me work it out, right, so say the 19th, so that's 11. So 17 days before we met. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like we'd met literally 16 days before your birthday or something, you know what I mean? And I got stung as well for your birthday because that's the way I am. You know, I'm a giver, I'm not a taker. And my ma and my granny obviously used to say that to me. You don't, my ma used to say, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. You don't rob on your own. You don't rob on anyone, but my ma was a firm believer in that, like, you know, and you don't tell on anybody, even if you see something and you hear something, you didn't see something and you didn't hear something. Do you understand that kind of way? But, yeah, honestly, it's the best way forward. It's like, you know, that way then, it's like, but yeah, you're 15 more days.
No big deal.
So
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Sure kick Big's ass. Better take a
Well, and like I said, it couldn't be done any better.
Yeah.
You know, alright, Kenneth. Like I said, you're part of the furniture now.
Deployed.
But I bet it's baking up where you are today, isn't it?
Have you ever been deployed with him?
Could have been cool.
I was watching something there, Lise, Evil Genius.
Romantic.
I think we watched it, but I've seen a few decent movies for us to watch. Yeah, the weekend. Get a takeaway. You know what I mean? Light a couple of candles. You know.
It's none of your business.
But that Evil Genius, I watched a movie recently called Luther. I thought it was really good. Yeah. Mammy Bear's home. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I've been watching a thing called yesterday I seen someone taking pictures of my neighbour's house, so you know the way I am, Lisa. I went out, I was like, hey, what are you taking pictures of my neighbour's gaff for? And she turned around and she said, oh, it's for the parking. I said, okay, love, I apologise. I said, I just looked out the window and seen you taking random pictures, so I'm asking myself, why is she taking random pictures of the house? But it's alright, yeah. Right, so, I'm watching this thing called Waco. I've been waiting 6 months for it. It's all about David Koresh. He was a Branch Davidian. He believed that he was the Messiah, the second coming, and he convinced a lot of people. And one morning at about 5 o'clock in the morning, someone approached Mount Carmel. Now, the location, right, now you're talking about a property with 70 plus acres. Okay, you can fit a few cows on that, right? And they said they fired the first shot. No, they fucking didn't. The lying bastards government. False flag operations. Lies spread quicker here. You know what Winston Churchill said during the war? He says lies spread quicker 6 times around the world before it has a chance to put its pants on. Okay, I'll give you an example, right? Let's say someone says, right, oh, see that Jude fella? He's a fucking dickhead. He's a bit of a prick. He's a bit of this, he's a bit of that, whatever. Or he's done A, B, or C. Now, even if it's not true, if somebody says something on here, lies spread quicker than the truth, then. The only way some people, see, they can't defeat you, so they have to make up lies about you, you know, so. Listen, I can look at you without blinking too. But anyway, listen. Curiosity over the man calling himself the Messiah makes Waco the centre of a media circus. FBI negotiations and rescue teams clash over use of force. Now, use of force is at your, what did he call it? Discretion. Now, they said that one shot was fired on that compound. Hell, they were on private fucking property. You know, and a shot was fired next of all hell broke loose. You know, there was fucking up to 100 children in that building. Hey, alright, Donnie. Donnie, did you watch any of it? No fucking way. Who dropped them, Donnie? Sorry about this, guys. Yeah, I'm watching this thing called Waco. Now, I know everything about it. You know. This geezer called David Koresh. Here, that's the compound. Look, watch. Now look at this now. The FBI made a mock compound because this had to be done strategically, right? Now watch, that's the property there, right? Watch, you'll see the real deal now on Mount Carmel. That side road, an access road they go up. But he's a hostage negotiator. That's Mount Carmel there, look. It's like a ranch, right? Okay. It was surrounded by the FBI, the the AFT, or the whatever it's called, tobacco and firearms, is it? Alcohol, tobacco, firearms, yeah. But there was a lot of kids in that fucking building. The Yanks, man. It's like, well, he fired at me. Hang on a minute, there's fucking kids in the building, Don. Do you understand? Friendly fire, get the fuck out of here with that. You know, there was kids in there, this geezer had them convinced that. And you know what? If you're in that frame of mind, this guy told them Judgment Day was coming. And he also predicted how Judgment Day was gonna fucking end by a shitload of government officials turning up at the property. Oh, thanks, my love. And I'll speak to you soon. Hey. Anyway, right? Yeah, let me go in. Fuck yeah.
And then they said that he needed to go eat.
Take that one to the bank.
And they took him away.
But you see this?
They put me in an orange jumpsuit and shipped me off to jail.
Well, Donnie, thanks for coming in. God bless you. And honey, you know I love you. The AFT, basically, and the FBI both co-conspired and said that shots were fired from that building, so that let them use necessary force at their discretion. Here, they knew there was kids in that building. They complained that he was a madman, an ideologist, a false prophet. He believed he was the Messiah. He believed he was the second coming. And he got a few hundred people to see things his way. Everybody in the compound. Because he hadn't convinced God was talking to him. And the group was called the Branch Davidians. Like he was a madman. You know. Like this is not. I remember Donnie saying to me once and paying me a compliment saying I'm 100% or I'm not. I fall short of that mark by 99. So like that's a nice compliment, like Donnie, like that's what he said, like I'm 100%. You know what you get with me, you know. And if an issue with any man, I'll address them like men. I don't need, you know, to, you know, I could make so many videos and tag certain people and I'd get loads of fucking views and like I said, shorts are the way. Like, I'm probably gonna go out in a while and I'm gonna put, well I don't know whether I'm going out or not, I just,
297 yards.
But I want to make a bit of content. I might even go in the garden and do a few shorts and stuff. And, you know, like I said, moving forward, yeah, last year's last year and we have to go forward. It's Operation Forgiveness. It's in effect. And Operation Forgiveness is on track. It's on track. Like a fucking choo-choo train, it's on track. We're gonna need a bigger boat. We're going to need a bigger boat.
Just under 2 pounds of pressure.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
I pulled the trigger. David Koresh is dead. Almost zero margin for error. No question what was going to happen. And the entire scene is set. It's there. Crosshairs on his nose. And I think to myself,
Crosshairs on his nose, no.
now it's over. They all come out.
Where's me fucking,
There's
where's
this
that
weird thing
thing?
in my brain that says it is the right thing to do. I'll go to jail for the rest of my life, but I can save 90 human beings in this moment. Should I have shot him? No. Did I shoot him? No. Do I think about it a lot? Oh, hell yes, I do.
I'm only here because David Koish's mother is asking me.
Lawyers have a reputation for being ambulance chasers, and here it was more like tank chasers. I got a call from David Koish's mother, Bonnie Hall. She knew that her son needed a lawyer, but she didn't know what to do.
Dick DeGuerin is one of the best criminal defense lawyers in the state of Texas. I mean, he's legendary. Just a damn good lawyer.
Nobody was allowed at the checkpoint except FBI. And I was the first person to be allowed there. Later, I got a call from Jamar, and he said, we think that you have parallel interests to ours, and we think we can put you in contact with Koresh. I said, can I talk to him now? He said, yeah, we can make that happen. So a few minutes passes, and they have Koresh on the line, and they say, okay, we're going to put him on the line. We're going to get off the line. We're not going to listen in. It's just private between you and Koresh. All right, David?
I'm here.
This is Dick DeGuerin. I'm a lawyer in Houston. I don't know what you know about me, but your mother, Bonnie Haldeman, called me and asked me to help you.
They're still on the line now. I can hear them.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect because all I heard was from Bonnie, who said that he's sincere in his beliefs, but also what the FBI was putting out, that he was the devil incarnate.
Hang on, honey.
Bizarre situation. It's, something that should have never happened. Like I keep trying to tell them that they wanted to pick me up. They had every opportunity in the world. They didn't have to come out here and do what they did. They messed up bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And they're going to try to cover their ass.
they are going to give me the time to recuperate, or they're going to kill me.
He sounded reasonable and had a real appreciation for the situation that he was in. If I could convince him that he had a chance of defeating the case, then he would come out, we'd go into court, and we'd have a trial. I'm thinking we're going to negotiate a deal, we're all going to come out. It felt like the end of one chapter and the beginning of another somehow.
I almost felt like the tide had turned and maybe they were actually thinking of coming out.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you viewing this new telephone contact between DeGuerin and Koresh when it happens? Is this a positive sign now that perhaps things are a little closer to a peaceful resolution?
Are we hopeful? Obviously, we are. We believe it was necessary at this point in time to bring in a third-party intermediary.
DeGuerin, who's been hired or case contracted and has agreed to instruct us in this situation.
Yeah, I can see this is working very, very well. Very slowly.
Well, we're very optimistic with our discussions with Chief today. We all have to bear in mind that David's the guy that has always made the decisions.
Everything just they're moving in the right direction. I really feel more positive now than I ever have.
What happens if Mr. DeGuerin is not successful?
If he's not successful, we will have to go back, reorganize, and restart the process all over again.
Hello? Steve, John, how are you? questions from the boss on how many we should expect just for planning purposes.
That day, probably up to 24 more people were gonna come out, or more.
Because it's critical that we keep in contact today. Right, especially today. Right, today.
The biggest, most incredible day of Waco was March 21st.
2 older women and a man climbed aboard a Bradley for their ride to the outside world. 2 other women left earlier in the day. American Rita Riddle and 67-year-old Gladys Hopkins, Canada.
This is an indication of our strategy working.
This is like we just hit the fucking lottery.
This is the logjam breaking up.
Oh man, look at tanks and they blew gas into them buildings.
Immediately after, without consultation, HRT crushed Koresh's antique Ford Ranchero. It's a fuck you. It's exactly what it is. And it's done in a very in-your-face way. What rationale are we using to crush these cars? And why are we doing it now?
I remember watching the tank went over our cars and crushed it to nothing. We thought that was incredible, outlandish. They were destroying our personal private property.
What's that? They're destroying our land. They're doing the green stuff now. They're green vans. How can they do that? How can they put it on the building?
That was one of the hardest days for me, because we really had promised that they were coming out.
We had something worked out.
Yep.
You and I did. The
Okay.
work on your side stopped it.
We can work it out, my friend.
You can't do anything. You've already proven that. You don't have no charge of your commanders.
And so when we try to separate ourselves as negotiators from the tactical team's activities, the Davidians say, well, why should we even talk to you? You don't control those guys. You don't have any power. You don't have any authority. You don't have any juice.
David has been getting adamant about by now years that you have no equal in the first place. What you said.
So I went to Jeff Jamar, who's the on-scene commander, the ultimate decision maker. I said, boss, we just got 7 people out. And he said, that's not enough. They're not moving quick enough. The FBI was spending over $1 million a day. Enormous media presence. So all these pressures were on Jeff Jamar to get this thing over with.
So the FBI, they were gonna do something else to ratchet up the pressure and punish them. And we could expect that something stupid was gonna happen.
Playing grand is John.
We have always taught against the use of agitation deprivation techniques. They only thwart relationship building. The HRT decided unilaterally to use these speakers to play sound effects.
Nancy said after these boots are made for a walk, and they play that sound over and over again for like 24 hours.
And then a rabbit being slaughtered, and a jet engine taken off, and a door slamming shut, and somebody speaking Latin backwards.
And then they played Thrown Off the Hook for about 2 days straight. Beep, 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 beep.
At 130 decibels from loudspeakers that were 10 feet from my head.
You know, the generals are serenading us, I believe.
The generals are serenading, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing their own personal announcements now of all their strange and unique sounds.
There has been some suggestion that this psychological thing. How much of a concern is that here? We believe the conditions in there are greatly deteriorating, and I can't believe that a father would want his children to go through that.
You're saying you got a bunch of religious fanatics living in a building who are unstable, and you're gonna try to make them more unstable, and you think that's gonna be a tactic that's gonna work? That's insane.
People assumed this was surely a negotiation tactic. It wasn't. We were dead set against it. And this stuff was driving us almost to madness. As a negotiator, I know that's what we call the paradox of power. The harder you push, the more likely it is to get resistance. And about this time, I had been scheduled to go overseas on a training mission to the Middle East. And I think they use that, well, you gotta go on this, it's very important. So they replaced me with someone else, and I left on the 25th. A single other person came out.
There were certainly mixed messages that were coming out of the FBI,
But
but
anyway, I hope you all have a blessed
basically
day.
told Jamar
Yeah.
and Ricks that you
Share
want
with
this
me,
to end
Quinn.
without any further violence. I want a client in court.
Hang on, just give me a minute,
And the only
cause
way to do that is
I've had to
for me
make a
be able
cup
to
of
come
tea. Get some sugar down me
private
before my chick
conversation
kills
with
me.
my client. They seemed reluctant, but they said, all right.
The FBI
Oh, good
commander said
afternoon.
later that nobody in law enforcement thought this was a good idea. The ATF was outraged. They're gonna let this
All the kids would be delighted in school today because it's fucking, you know, they'd be all off, not off, but, you know, out in the sunshine.
The decision to introduce a third party to a hostage situation. So when Dick Garrett came in, I was very happy about it. That's a huge milestone.
Our rights are being violated daily here. Thank God.
I'm watching a thing about Waco, Texas, all about David Koresh. He thought he was the second coming of fucking, and he convinced his followers, his flock, his congregation, that he was doing God's work and God was talking to him, and he could talk to them.
I got inside one.
But like I said, it was a big compound. They were Branch Davidians. It's a religious cult. It's very like the Latter-day Saints.
I see the hostage rescue team wearing combat gear.
They fucking flared the bollocks out of that building, and there was children in there. You know what I mean? And then they blamed it on them and said they started. No, they didn't. They went and stuck that trunk in somewhere it didn't belong yet again.
And they're not gonna shoot me.
Standoff at Mount Carmel, you know. It made world news, David Koresh, Waco, Texas. He thought he was a messiah, and his followers really thought that he was actually the next. He was the second coming, basically.
That I noticed when I walked in the front door.
You know, he was a madman.
It was sewage.
You know, an ideologist, like once he got something in his head, he was a dirty bastard, and he made this rule where he could sleep with everyone's wife on the first night of their marriage. It's like Prima Nocta in Scotland. Remember in Braveheart where that king took his bride? You know what I mean? You might have taken me bride, but I'm here to take back me pride.
It was his mission to write his interpretation of the book of Revelation. He said, I'm on my own schedule and I'll come out when it's time for me to come out. And I just said, you've got to take my advice. If you don't take my advice, there's no reason for me to be your lawyer.
Have you set any kind of a time limit, or do you even see any sort of end to this?
Mr. DeGarren has indicated he doesn't want it to go on forever.
people had begun to make rueful jokes that here we are in Groundhog Day.
As the standoff heads into its 8th week, people are asking how long can it last and how much will it cost? About the only ones not
But I hope you are all well, guys, and
merely curious
you know,
converged on Waco.
This incident got the attention of
just be yourself. That's all you can be, you know.
people, what we would now
The world
consider militia people.
is a tough enough place to live in, and life's too short.
Tim Bay showed up, was sitting on
So,
the hood of his car selling
that's why I have to forgive everybody, every single person that did me wrong last year. I have to forgive them and let it go. You know, that kind of way.
Basically, he says that as soon as
Yeah.
the manuscript is
It's easier
delivered,
that way.
that he will come out and stand before
So, for the
you
sake of
and,
positivity
the
and
courts,
going forward and
so his story can be told.
proving to myself I am as noble as people say. So,
Well, in
For
those,
them reasons,
he can just
once
write his
all,
own
I've had to walk
thesis.
away.
And once
That's
that's done,
it.
his work will
Done.
be complete,
Yeah.
and he will come out.
Straight out,
Everybody else
value.
will come out.
It's my little Bobby.
Before we get too excited
You know,
about this,
just
I think
like,
it's important to
you
remind
know, look,
everyone
like I said, if you're doing it, if you're trying to do a handbrake at 100 miles an hour, you're gonna flip, right? But,
And I was trying to
you know what you're doing.
this is real and it'll really come out.
Or,
BC Jim Cummins has been following this
like,
story for
I'm looking at YouTube, so a Nick car.
talking about an end to the standoff. What's the latest there, Jim?
Yeah, I had a little crash, well, I had a few crashes, but they're not important, it's all news. Do you understand? All that shit is all news.
Okay, where are we in the process?
There's
Steve
one.
Snyder is with him constantly.
No.
I don't know.
Any kind of time frame at all? Considering the Bradley's running into a building and all that. He never gets done, right? Listen, with all this noise, no, it slows the process. No, he's doing it. Do you think you're talking to some kind of a dummy?
At this point, our belief was that negotiations had not worked. And the only way that we could end this was through some tactical intervention. We were not gonna do an assault because then we would lose a lot of the FBI.
That's exactly what you've done. They approached the building and they put fucking gas in at the bastards. Knowing that there was children in there, but look at
Washington to meet with
America, they've done false flag operations for generations, for centuries.
The FBI had a case file, the affidavit from one of the video, talking about child abuse. And they were telling Reno that it was still ongoing. When the FBI went to Janet Reno to get permission to use tear gas, they never showed her the video that Koreshi sent out to the FBI.
See this here?
Wow.
Hey, this is my family. May not be like your family. You right, Joseph? Tell them, you know? Look in that camera and tell them what you think about it. Who's treated you good?
The FBI leadership in Waco recognized that these videos made Koresh look pretty good. And you would think that she would have wanted to see the video and wanted to know of its existence.
I don't believe it's true that anybody manipulated Janet Reno into making a decision. I think she was giving the facts about David Koresh, what he had done in the past, and this was abhorrent to her that a grown man would have been having sex with
Yeah,
underage
dirty animal.
I basically don't have anything really to say except, you know, God grant us all time.
Right, so Luke said he used to assault her at night time when they were sleeping.
Hello, Steve. Yeah, I need to advise you of something that's very important. Can you understand me? I can hear you. Okay. We're in the process of placing tear gas into the building. This is not an assault. We are not entering the building. Do you understand that? This is not an assault. You are going to place tear gas in the building.
And it's not an assault.
This is not an assault.
You take it.
Fire your weapons.
Yeah.
Steve started saying, everybody get your gas mask, they're gonna come on in.
The plan was to penetrate the building, insert gas, and issue a command.
You know what I mean? Fucking gas.
So then they divided up all the snipers into different firing points so that we could cover individual sectors. Because there was a very strong sentiment that they would fight their way out.
Yeah. They're putting gas in the building and they said it's not an act of fucking...
And then you hear the diesel engines firing up. And you hear that cranking, clanking sound of tracked vehicles. They issued the command over the radio to deploy the gas, and away we went.
Like, they're putting fucking tear gas into the building and they're saying it's not an act of fucking aggression. Get the fuck out of here.
We are in the process not under any circumstances.
Me bleeding phone's about to die, guys.
Fire will be returned. Come out of the compound
Yeah,
with your hands up, carrying nothing. Do not shoot. This is not an assault.
They're telling you that this is not an assault, but they're not gonna enter the building.
It's not an assault, they're fucking putting tear gas in the building, man.
40mm or fair rounds shooting into the building.
Like, they're putting tear gas in. You know what I mean?
Buckets of water, and they were putting face cloths over the children. It's not every day you see a tank come to your front door, and it's an unbelievable experience.
As soon as we throw the first tear gas canister, we were fired on. We probably had 1,000 rounds or more that was fired at us during that early morning. We never fired a single round back.
You lying bastard.
On the morning of the 19th, the phone rang. It was my wife. She said, "Turn on the television." And I saw the tanks and the tear gas. And I immediately got Rick on the telephone. I said, "I'll come right down there. I'll go back in and tell them we gotta come out now. This is the end." And he said,
Too late.
"You don't need to anymore."
Reportedly this morning, the FBI called to surrender or
Oh, Lord.
the Davidians reportedly hung up on them. We've been told that the FBI
I love my queen.
for 48 hours.
Do you know what I
And
mean?
we also believe that they expect them to come out before
She
noon.
treats me good and not mean.
In our hotel.
Best I've ever seen, do you know what I mean?
The press telling us it's
That's why she's my queen.
the buildings.
This is live camera work. They are deliberately using the boom, the tow truck end, if you will, to back into and ram the building. You can see the boom laying out there.
See, they've made a massive hole in the side of that building. He's taking the roof off of it.
There's this bunker area inside the compound. And I hear on the radio transmission that they believe that many of the Davidians have huddled up in there and that the tear gas is having no effect. And they're asking for permission to go up and knock the front door down and make a pathway to insert tear gas into that inner structure.
And when the tank started coming through the front door, I felt doomed at that point. I knew that we were going to die.
Obviously, we are watching a very thoroughly orchestrated FBI assault on that building, trying to bring that building down to the point where those who are in it can come out.
The news briefing is just about getting underway. Bob Ricks from the FBI is now approaching the podium.
Then I was told around 10:30 you have to go to a press conference.
At the news conference that morning, there was a feeling that this thing was finally gonna end and these people were gonna come out.
No
We
chance.
have put tear gas into the watchtower. We've also put tear gas into what is commonly believed to be Koresh's room. You had tremendous winds that were blowing today, which has the effect of cleaning out the compound. But we will continue to apply the pressure. We will try to make their living environment as uncomfortable as possible. At this point, we're not negotiating. We're saying come out. Come out with your hands up. This matter is over.
Well, your hands up. The fucking
At
bastard.
some point, through a sniper scope, I see flames. And my first reaction is, holy shit. The producer says in my ear, it's on fire. I turned around and I looked. Oh my God. The whole compound had started to catch fire.
Yeah, there they are coming out the window. You can see them. Lots of smoke. This should be a definite determining factor. You should see some people come out of this building.
I was in prison in a medical wing, and the nurse came to my door and told me to turn my television on. I didn't know about the gassing. I didn't know this had been going on since 6 a.m. All I knew is the building's on fire. We're taking it all in what our eyes are seeing. When our brains are telling us, our kids are gonna die, our kids are gonna die, our kids are gonna die.
Someone yelled, "There's fire up here," and I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Some people are saying, should we go out? And I'm like, I think they're gonna shoot us if we go out there.
You people on the roof, that second story, jump from that window. In order to save yourself, you must jump from the roof.
Okay, we got a man on the roof coming out, as you can see. This should be a very determining factor. People should be coming out.
Right guys, I'm gonna end this live, okay? I hope you all have a lovely day. Want to thank all my mods, Pablo Da Vinci, Chop Chop, Stevie Wonder, Donny, Florida the boys, you know what I mean? Shout out to me Queen of Hearts. Shout out to everybody that has mental health issues. Listen, talk to each other about it. Sharing it helps, because if people don't know what you're thinking, they're not psychic, and anybody can pick up a weapon or a bit of word and think they're a tough guy, but real tough guys don't need weapons. You know, we just need seconds, not weapons. Okay guys, I'm away. God bless you. Peace. Yeah.